It was just another day on my job driving the number 666 school bus through the winding roads of the remote countryside. I had heard rumors of a supposedly haunted route, but I didn't believe in such things. I thought it was all superstitious nonsense meant to scare young children. But soon enough, I would come face to face with the terrors lurking behind these stories, and I realized too late how wrong I truly was. It was a chilly autumn morning, and I picked up my usual group of students from the town of Millhaven on my way to their sister village, Willow Creek. Most were quiet and occupied themselves with earphones or books, while others whispered nervously among each other. As we journeyed further into the dense woods, something seemed off. An unexplainable dread filled the air, sending shivers down my spine. I tried to brush it aside and focus on my task at hand, safely delivering them to their destination. But it wasn't long before the strange events began unfolding. My first warning came when one girl suddenly fainted for no apparent reason, only regaining consciousness after several minutes without any explanation given. Then a boy claimed he saw shadow figures moving outside the window, though there was nothing there upon inspection. Several students complained that the temperature inside the bus rapidly fluctuated, becoming ice cold despite the lack of open windows. And when I glanced into the rearview mirror, the reflection showed empty seats instead of rows full of kids. Initially, I assumed a prankster was playing tricks on everyone, attempting to scare us witless. However, everything took a turn for the worse when our tires mysteriously blew out, causing me to lose control of the vehicle for a brief moment. Thankfully, I managed to pull over onto the side of the road, averting disaster by inches. While inspecting the damage, one student pointed out that the lug nut pattern appeared twisted and distorted, as if manipulated by some unknown force. We radioed back to dispatch to inform them of the situation, requesting assistance. As tension mounted within and she looked sickly pale, her eyes glassy like she couldn't see me anymore. The silence was deafening until one of the boys finally spoke up, saying, "We think you're going the wrong way." His voice trembled with fear. I shook myself out of my daze and checked the GPS device. Sure enough, it indicated we should take a different route than the original plan, deeper into the forest. My gut told me not to follow those directions. Yet somehow I found myself turning away from safety towards danger. What compelled me to continue remains a mystery even today. All I know now is that the darkness had taken hold. For the next hour or so, we drove through an endless maze of trees that shouldn't have been possible considering the distance between both villages. Every hair on my body stood on end as a feeling of unease grew stronger. Then, chaos erupted when we collided headfirst into something massive. The impact sent shudders throughout the bus, pitching everyone forward before coming to rest. My mind raced as I scrambled to assess the severity of the accident. Miraculously, nobody appeared gravely injured, save for a few bumps and bruises here and there. But the real surprise was waiting beyond the windshield. Outside lay the most peculiar scene imaginable. A dead end surrounded by towering walls of leaves that didn't exist moments ago. The forest had swallowed us whole, ensnaring us like insects caught in a trap. Panic set in once again as whispers turned to hysterics. Nobody could fathom why this happened. How did we even survive? What else could possibly go wrong? I wanted answers to these questions more desperately than anyone else. They pulsated inside my brain, threatening to drive me mad. Something evil controlled us on this nightmarish excursion. That much was certain. But who or what was responsible remained shrouded in darkness. Or maybe it already knew the truth, slowly revealing itself to us one step closer to oblivion. One thing became crystal clear when investigating the bus for signs of life. There was a message scratched into the paint near the driver's seat. It read, "Abandon hope, all who enter here." Chilling words sent a chill down my spine, confirming that we were trapped in a realm far beyond our understanding. As the night grew darker, the bus became an eerie, claustrophobic space. Whispers of despair echoed through the air, mingling with the sound of distant footsteps. I knew we had to find a way out before whatever malevolent force lurking in the shadows closed in on us. Gathering my courage, I led the students outside, leaving the damaged bus behind. We ventured cautiously through the oppressive forest, each step taking us deeper into the unknown. The air grew heavier, and the silence felt suffocating. It was as if the very essence of the forest was trying to swallow us whole. The students clung together, their faces etched with fear. I tried my best to reassure them, though doubt gnawed at my own heart. We stumbled upon a dilapidated cabin in a small clearing, seemingly abandoned for years. With no other options, we cautiously entered, seeking shelter from the encroaching darkness. Inside, the cabin revealed the remnants of a twisted past. Dust-covered furniture, broken glass, and decaying photographs hinted at a long-forgotten tragedy. The atmosphere was suffused with an unsettling energy, as if the cabin itself retained the anguish and pain of its previous occupants. We searched for any clues that might help us escape this nightmare. In one corner we discovered an old journal. Its pages were brittle and faded, but the words within spoke of a cursed road and the tormented souls doomed to wander its path. It detailed the same encounters and eerie events we had experienced, as if history was repeating itself. In a final entry, the journal mentioned a ritual that could break the curse, hidden deep within the heart of the forest. It described a ritual involving ancient symbols and a sacrifice, but the specifics were vague. Nevertheless, it offered a glimmer of hope, a chance to sever the chains that bound us. Driven by desperation, we decided to undertake the ritual, hoping it would bring an end to our torment. Guided by the journal's instructions, we ventured further into the forest, following the moonlit path that seemed to materialize before us. We reached a clearing where an ancient stone altar stood, covered in moss and forgotten by time. Surrounding it were strange symbols etched into the ground. With trembling hands, we gathered the necessary items and prepared to perform the ritual. The air grew thick with anticipation, the forest seemingly holding its breath. As we chanted the ancient incantations, a vortex of energy enveloped the altar. A presence filled the clearing, both sinister and desperate. Shadows danced on the edge of our vision, and whispers of lost souls echoed through the night. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, its form ethereal and otherworldly. It was a spectral entity, half human and half monstrous, the embodiment of the curse that had haunted this road for generations. With a voice that echoed from beyond, the entity revealed the truth. The curse was a result of an ancient pact made by a desperate soul-seeking power. The road and its terrors were meant to torment those who dared to tread upon it, forever trapping their spirits. But the entity had grown weary of its existence, longing for release. It offered us a choice: to sacrifice one of our own and take their place, breaking the curse and allowing the rest of us to escape. The weight of the decision bore down upon us, the moral dilemma tearing at our hearts. In a moment of selflessness, one student stepped forward, offering themselves as the sacrifice. Tears welled in our eyes as we watched their selfless act. The entity accepted the sacrifice, and with a surge of energy, the curse shattered like glass. As the darkness lifted, we found ourselves back on the main road, the familiar sights and sounds of civilization returning. The memories of our ordeal remained, etched deep into our souls, but we were free from the clutches of the haunted route. In the aftermath, we shared our story with the authorities, but it was met with skepticism and disbelief. The road remained, its ominous presence looming over the countryside. But we knew the truth, and we vowed never to forget the horrors we had faced. To this day, the number 666 school bus still travels its route through the remote countryside. And though some may dismiss the stories as mere superstition, those who have experienced the true horrors that lie within know better. The road is cursed, and the terrors that await those who dare to venture upon it are as real as the darkness that haunts our nightmares. For just $3 a month, you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my patron community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.